I'm in Northern Ireland, and behind me there's an 800-year-old castle that's literally crumbling into the sea. This is just the beginning of this trip though, because today we're going through King's Road from Game of Thrones, a causeway built by a giant, and a bridge with a 30-meter drop. This is Northern Ireland. The first stop was somewhere I've been curious about for years, the Dark Hedges. A natural tunnel formed by a beautiful avenue of beech trees that arch over the road. Wow.
So nice.
The trees, planted in the late 1700s by the Stuart family, who owned the nearby estate, were meant to impress visitors as they approached the mansion, forming this dramatic entranceway. Over the centuries, these trees grew tall and intertwined, creating the iconic natural tunnel we see today. The Dark Hedges appeared in Season 2, Episode 1 of the famous TV series Game of Thrones. Even though the scene lasts less than a minute, after the episode aired in 2012, the Dark Hedges became one of the most photographed and visited spots in Northern Ireland. I can only imagine hundreds of years ago how it looked here. It's just really magical. After driving for around 25 minutes more to the north, we saw it, the Dunluce Castle. Half in ruin, half still standing, clinging to the rocks like it's holding on to the past. Built originally around the 13th century by the MacKillan family, Dunluce was once a fortress, a home, and eventually a tragedy. To get to that though, we have to go back to the 1500s, where a Scottish clan called the MacDonalds seized it after defeating the MacKillans. Sorely Boy MacDonald, a powerful Scottish-Irish chieftain, rebuilt and expanded Dunluce around the 1580 to 1600s, and under his leadership, Dunluce became a key stronghold of the MacDonald lords of Antrim. The sad story about Dunluce Castle, however, is its position. As scenic as it is, it proved unstable. A famous legend says that in 1639, part of the kitchen collapsed into the sea, taking several servants with it, after which the lady of the house refused to live there again. The MacDonalds eventually abandoned Dunluce after the Battle of the Boyne and the collapse of their power in Ireland. Standing there, I thought about how time takes everything. It doesn't care who we are or what we built, and maybe that's why this place is so powerful. Okay, so they have some sort of a discovery room behind me, and you go in there, you have a look in the history of the castle, and then you have your map here. Thank God the weather is good today.
A few moments later.
Next up to our trip was the Giant's Causeway, a UNESCO site and a surreal landscape made up of about 40,000 interlocking basalt columns as a result of ancient volcanic activity around 50 to 60 million years ago. It attracts over 1 million visitors each year, and according to Irish mythology, the causeway was built by the giant Finn MacColl. He constructed it as a bridge to Scotland to challenge his Scottish rival Benandonner. When Finn saw how massive Benandonner was, he retreated in fear. His clever wife, however, disguised Finn as a baby. So when Benandonner saw the baby, he assumed the father must be enormous. So he ran back to Scotland, destroying the causeway behind him to prevent Finn from following. I always love listening to these stories. And now for the final stop of the trip, a bridge that made us rethink our life choices. Carrick-a-Rede Rope Bridge is one of Northern Ireland's most iconic and thrilling coastal landmarks. The original bridge was made from rope and wooden planks and was far less stable than today's version, of course. However, even today's version is pretty intimidating. Okay, I have no words for what just happened. This bridge is 10 times worse in person than it looks on the video.
I swear!
It was swerving like left and right, and I was
told
trying to hold onto the rope. The bridge was originally built by salmon fishermen over 350 years ago and is roughly 20 meters long and 30 meters above sea level. Like, I tried to hold my phone at the start, but you just can't. We ended up quickly walking back to the car since the wind was insufferable at that point, and we ended the day with a nice beer, of course, before heading back to Dublin. The coast of Antrim feels like it's alive. The wind, the cliffs, If this video inspired you to visit Northern Ireland, hit that like button, but more importantly, go see it for yourself. It's gonna be worth it. Till next time.